98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The Afternoon Drive with Aaron De La Torre. 98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The infamous Smash 'em Up comedian Gallagher swings into town this weekend, taking over the Canadian Club this Sunday night with Gallagher's last Smash farewell tour. He joins me on the phone line right now. Gallagher, you there?
I heard how you got to be active to keep from dying. So that's why I'm doing my show.
Say it ain't so. Is this an actual farewell tour, or is this a situation like Who?
I've got other things to do. I've got 3 reality shows and a movie for Rihanna and Jim Parsons that I'm pitching in Hollywood.
What is the movie?
The movie's about the first author in recorded history, the princess of the Sargon King of Acadia. It's a great story, and it involves the Peshmerga. I couldn't be more current.
I can't imagine a producer not taking this up. So is this an actual farewell tour, or is it going to be like... Is it going to be like The Who, where 25 years later, you're announcing another farewell tour?
And you're going to fault me for not dying?
I'm not going to. I'm going to be there.
Right. Some people say my show's the best time they ever had when they come back, and then they have the second best time they ever had. I'm just telling everybody in the Valley, here's an opportunity. I've looked at the floor plan, and I'm going to decimate the place.
So let me ask you something. So it's on Sunday night. It's a night out on the town. Do people that are people in attendance, do you recommend that they wear ponchos or their worst outfit?
Both of that. I would wear. Why would you wear your really nice clothes and then try to protect it? That's pretty crazy. But that's the theme of the show. I'm going to explain every stupid thing in America.
Excellent. So the watermelon smash, it's what you're known for. Is it getting harder and harder with age?
I let the kids do it. I have some other hammers that are smaller, and I take volunteers. If they'll take a birthday cake in the face, they get to smack a watermelon.
Really? So,
right.
Have you ever hit the watermelon and it doesn't smash? Is that why you stopped doing the watermelon smash?
I'm not stopping watermelon. I cut the watermelon in 3 parts, and now I get 3 smashes per melon.
Okay. When was the first watermelon smash? How did you come up with the idea?
It was New Year's Eve. And I was working for Mitzi Shore, the Comedy Store, over by UCLA on Westwood Boulevard. And I came into town early to miss the traffic. And there was a grocery store within a block. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I actually had a watermelon instead of just threatened to have one like I had been doing? Then I discovered it fit into my suitcase nicely. So I snuck up on stage, and, of course, it was New Year's Eve, and we were all drinking.
Of course.
Then the next day, Mitzi called, and she asked if Gallagher, are you going to hit another melon? She told me we were sold out. So it's been New Year's Eve every day since then.
So let me ask you something about that. The first time you pulled out the sledgehammer, did the audience scatter out the building in fear? Did they know what was going on?
No, and it's well documented. You can watch my specials, and you'll notice in the first few ones, they don't wear any protection, and they don't know what's coming.
So you've done a ton of specials. You've done a ton of specials on Showtime. I know that show, I'm Dying Up Here on Showtime, it's loosely based off of Mitzi Shore and the Comedy Club. Did they consult you at all for that?
No. But I know the whole story. I encouraged Mitzi to buy the club from Art LeBeau. It was the original Ciro's where the mob would watch belly dancers up in the belly room. And later on, Mitzi let the LG whatever comedians be up there. I thought it was really strange that a place that had objectified women would then give women a chance at comedy. It was very odd.
So let me ask you something. So you were number 99 on Comedy Central's Top 100 Comedians.
That's a big farce. They just did that to piss me off.
I felt like it would have been a great honor being on the list, but you weren't satisfied. I was reading online that you were perhaps even insulted by your ranking.
Have you ever heard of half of them?
I mean, I've heard of some of them. Who do you think you should have been higher than on the list?
Half of them.
Half of
50.
them.
I think I should have been in the 40s somewhere.
Okay.
I've been on the road for 40 years. I've done I do 100 shows a year, 4,000. You know, show business throws you away. They can't wait for you to not be hot anymore and move on to the next person.
Right.
And I've avoided that for 4 decades. People should come to see me just to see an artist who's dedicated to one art form, the live show.
Are you mad at Carrot Top for stealing your bit, the prop comedy?
I saw Carrot Top when he was 12. He lived down the street from my manager, Gary Proper, and he brought him to the show. Little did I know, but no, Carrot Top's always had a different audience. His jokes are stupid, and his audience likes stupid. He buys a lot of his props just out of a funny prop book. But my stuff is well thought out, and it's for smarter people.
Thank you for keeping it non-blue. I appreciate that. You caught yourself.
Well, I try. I'll say something these days.
Right.
It's hard not to fall into that, but I don't like it. You don't use it early. You have to when everybody's drunk.
I know that Jerry Seinfeld before has said it's a cheap way to get a laugh. Do you feel the same way?
A what way?
Sort of a cheap way to get a laugh.
Is what? Oh, I know.
Working blue.
Insecure comedians that don't have a real punchline.
So you feel the same way then?
Yes, I was a writer before I did this. I wrote for Jim Stafford. We had the first song about homosexuals on the radio, My Girl Bill, and the first one about marijuana, Wildwood Weed, and then we had a double million seller with the Spiders and Snakes. And so I saw that I could write for somebody and it would make them famous. So I did it for myself.
Awesome. Well, you can see Gallagher on Gallagher's Last Smash Farewell Tour coming up this Sunday night at the Canyon, Santa Clarita. Tickets are still available. Can you believe it? On Ticketmaster.com. If you're getting married, you can also have Gallagher officiate the wedding. When did you start doing that?
When I did the Amazing Jonathan's wedding to Anastasia.
You did that one.
They're friends of mine. There's a picture on my website, Gallagher Smash. Actually, there's one on my Facebook, too, Leo Gallagher. I wanted to announce my new summer. It'll be a tradition to go and watch comics at Laughingstock every summer. It's going to be great.
You're announcing a new festival right now.
Yeah, instead of Woodstock, Laughingstock.
That's a great name. Who's going to be, it's going to be you, of course, but I imagine a whole lineup of comedians. Have you gotten anybody else to commit?
I'm going to sell the rights to somebody who pays a lot of money, and then I'm going to give it to the comics because everybody else cheats the comics and makes, if you don't have to have a writer, then you save a lot of money on a show. And they just use these comics. The club owners get rich. When Mitzi bought her first mansion, I said, we're going on strike. It's time to pay the comics.
Right.
Because I knew the comics were sleeping on each other's couches, and Mitzi had a mansion. And then these TV shows that just show comics and get rich from that.
Well,
So
Johnny
anyway,
Carson wouldn't have you on late night, would he? You were trying to get on, and he wouldn't have you on.
So you know what I did? I played on his pride, and I made a routine out of the Tonight Show. And they had to have me on, and had to have Johnny there. You can watch it on YouTube.
Is that right? It's up there?
Yeah.
Wow. So Gallagher is going to be playing this Sunday night at the Canyon, Santa Clarita. Tickets available on Ticketmaster. Gallagher, I was thinking about you. I was thinking a big untapped market for you, a huge untapped market. You ready to hear it?
On young people.
Yeah, young people. Young people having kids. Have you seen these gender reveal parties?
No.
Where they get all their family, all their friends together. They have a balloon, and they pop the balloon, and out of the balloon comes this dust. It's either pink, or it's blue, or it's pink and blue, and that basically says, like, hey, we're having a boy, we're having a girl, we're having twins. Why not have Gallagher smash the balloon?
No,
No?
thanks.
What?
No.
You don't like
No,
the idea. I was going to be asking for 10%, Gallagher.
My show's rowdy. You can't be rowdy when you talk about babies.
Yeah, I guess. He's Gallagher. He's, I got to tell you, you have more energy than people my age do. And yet,
I know.
you've mellowed out a little bit.
Your spirit doesn't get old and wrinkled. Only your body lets you down.
How are you getting up for these shows? Do you drink a lot of coffee during the day? What do you do?
No, I get stoned, and then I lose track of time, and I do a 3-hour show.
Is that tough to do, being stoned and doing a comedy show? How can you remember all of your bits?
Videos, I'm stoned.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Throughout history, you've always been stoned.
Always.
Wow. That is, I got to tell you, that's impressive. I would definitely forget the bits. I mean, I'm doing this interview. I have notes in front of me.
Well, marijuana just makes you more of what you already are, and I'm pretty erudite, and I don't forget my own. I want to make people laugh. If I know something that'll make them laugh, it's at the front of my brain, on the tip of my tongue.
He's Gallagher. Go see him this Sunday night at the Canyon, Santa Clarita. Final question. Have you ever done a show with the Smashing Pumpkins?
No.
Why not?
I'm sure they got the idea. Well, you can't smash a pumpkin. You have
can't?
to take the gooey orange out of the middle and put it in a pie pan.
Hey, why not do both? You know what I mean?
Oh, I do pumpkins.
You do?
I do the inside of the pumpkin. Yeah, it's one of the best things that I smash. I put flour on top of it, and it makes a huge explosion.
Well, you can go see Gallagher this Sunday night at the Canyon, Santa Clarita. Tickets available on Ticketmaster. Gallagher, thanks so much for coming on, man.
I'll be there an hour early to take pictures so they can post, and then also the volunteers can take pictures of them on stage smashing too. That's important.
Is this free? Is this lineup of pictures? Do people have to pay for that? Are they paying extra?
No, we're going to have fun. We're not cheating people.
Good. Excellent. So Gallagher coming up this Sunday night, the Canyon, Santa Clarita. Get your tickets right now on Ticketmaster, and be on the lookout for the Laughing Stock Comedy Festival coming up next summer.
Right.
Where are we gonna have this festival? Is it gonna be a multi-city tour?
I don't want a lot of people. You know, a lot of people ruin things.
Right.
Just 4,000 or 5,000, I think, will be enough.
That's not a lot. You know, you're totally right. I went to this Desert Trip Music Festival a couple years ago, and it had the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan. I don't like music festivals because I was way in the back, and I spent hundreds of dollars to go to this thing, and I felt like I was kind of gypped out of my money.
Right. That's why I'm going to have other stages. I'm going to have a stage for beginners where they learn how to do comedy, and there'll be a restaurant of comedy where you get to pick what topics the comics talk about, and then there'll be a main stage, and that'll go off at 6 o'clock so that people have to be there. Otherwise, why would they buy a ticket?
Right.
But I am going to stream it early so they can see the comedy.
Well, Gallagher, we are looking forward to that and Sunday night's performance. Get your tickets. Gallagher's Last Smash, the final one. It's the farewell tour. Go check him out. Tickets available on Ticketmaster. Thanks for coming on, Gallagher. Appreciate you, man.
This has been more than a thrill. This has been an inconvenience.
3:21, time for a quick break. Stay tuned. More music coming up.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.